Hello and welcome everyone to the podcast. This special Saturday edition is brought to you by myself. And the funny thing about this, I want to tell you an interesting story. And the story is about me actually. And this is what I figured out over the course of my life. And of course, some of you might have, but most of you probably didn't. The most important thing that you have going for yourself is your belief in you, not what someone else believes in you. Make sure you figure this out as soon as you can. Plus, what kind of thoughts do you have? Positive or negative? They also influence how successful you would be. For example, when it comes to doing your own business, you gotta believe in yourself that you can do it. That is very important. If you're totally not successful, and you fail, then you can only blame yourself for it. But if you listen to other people's opinions, who are going to tell you can't do it? Sometimes it is good to listen, other times it's not. And sometimes they give you good ideas, other times they don't. The worst part of it is when it comes from people you know, your friends, your family, and your parents. You tell them, hey listen, I'm going to quit 9 to 5 and get started working for myself. A lot of them will laugh you off and tell you, are you kidding me? You'll never make it. And most of you probably won't. The reason for it, you're listening to someone else. And you're listening to the wrong kind of people who never bendel and have not succeeded in doing exactly that. You need to take advice from the right kind of person. A person who made it and who bendel. That is the right kind of advice to take. Because if you take the advice from somebody who hasn't done that, you're getting the wrong advice. Plus, if they're not successful in their life, do you think they know how to make you successful? Probably not. So taking the wrong advice from the wrong people is definitely going to put you in the wrong category. Next thing that also puts people behind is your belief in yourself. If you don't believe you can do it, if you base all your beliefs in whatever other people think of you, you will never make it anywhere because a lot of times you have to believe in the business yourself, even if everyone else thinks you can't do it. That is also very important to your success and your future as well. Another thing is you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta believe before anyone else even believes in you. So 10 years ago, if I put everything I wanted into my business and I didn't believe in myself, today I would have been a total failure. On the other hand, what I started doing years ago eventually becomes a successful business. What is the most important thing about is that first of all, you spend a lot of time educating yourself as much as you can, learning everything you can know about what kind of business that you're doing. You want to get ahead of your competition, but not just ahead. You want to get to the best that you can be in this business. The competition is going to get better. In fact, you should always think that the competitors can always become better than you. And that should be the worst fear that you have, is them winning you over. You want to become number one in what you actually are doing. Now, the next thing that is a big barrier to your success is positive and negative thinking. Most people are actually negative thinkers, and it comes naturally to them. Very few are actually always positive thinkers. And you have to understand it from this point of view. Negative thinking is not actually bad if it is used the right way. Or else too much positive thinking is not good either. But you have to be able to distinguish which is a healthy negative versus an unhealthy positive, and vice versa. So if you're starting to think negative thoughts about your ability to be successful, this is definitely unhealthy negative thinking. And if you're going to be thinking what things could go wrong, that's not good. The only reason you should be thinking about what things could go wrong is for you to be able to make your business foolproof, so those things will not go wrong. Now, sometimes when you just get started with a business, and before you get started with it, you might be thinking those specific ideas, this business is not going to work because A, I don't have the money, B, I don't have the time, 3, I don't have the motivation. You can have 1,000,001 excuses why not to do it. 10 years from now, you're definitely going to regret that you haven't started. In fact, maybe when you get and you become 50 years old, you decide, hey, why not risk it now? I have the money and everything. When you're 20, you might think, hey, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the resources. You know what? It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter when you decide to do it. The best time to do it is right now. There is no other time for you to get started but now. That is the time to start learning and start doing it. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to get it started. In fact, when I just got started teaching on Udemy itself, if I was waiting until I have the perfect class, I would have been still waiting to actually create it. Of course, I would have created the best class ever if I have waited this long. But you know what? I wouldn't have the practice that I actually had to create thousands of different videos and teach myself how to do it better and better. In fact, this made me even better. Right now, I would say I can make a class 10 times better than I could have made if I spent all this time planning to create one. The same thing with any business that I start. The more practice I get doing it, the better I get at it. And when you see people who are claiming that, hey, listen, I'm only doing a little bit of work and I'm enjoying myself with the money I'm getting, maybe they got fast money. Most likely, they built the business over time and now they're enjoying and taking their time off. So those people are deceiving you, because if you think you can become very successful and make a lot of cash doing almost no work, that is not accurate. Most people who got where they got worked very hard every single day to get where they want. Now, you might say, hey, listen, I don't have the time to do this. Well, my question to you, do you have 30 minutes every single day that you're willing to put into your business? If so, this is all that it takes for you to become successful, because every single day, 30 minutes, 365 days a year, if you don't take a break and just spend a little bit time just thinking and doing something for your business, you will become successful. This is what it takes to become one of the best out there with whatever task you want to actually do and to be successful in your life. It only takes a little bit of time, preparation, believing in yourself, and putting all this together. And negative thinking is not bad if you can use it in positive ways, especially if you take all this negative thinking, negative thoughts, and if somebody says you can't actually do it, you can prove them totally wrong by going about and doing exactly what they said you can't possibly do. With this said, if you enjoyed this video and this podcast, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and of course, put a comment right below. Let me know what you think of this. And if you enjoyed this channel and it helped you in any possible way, make sure you go and subscribe to it. With that said, see you in another video.